Hi class, let's take a look at example 6. So example 6 has a couple of decimals, and what I'm going to do first is let's put all the z's in one side of the equation. So in this case, let's actually move the z's. So minus 8z and minus 8z. And this is going to give us a total of 5z. So this is going to be 5z plus 6.45. This is equal to 23.75. And then here we have two options. One, we could multiply by 100 and cancel the decimals, but that's going to make, the 5 into 500. Or just deal with the decimals. Let's actually deal with the decimals. I think it'll be faster. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 6.45. So minus 6.45. And this gives us a total of 5z is equal to, and let me do the calculation on the side. So we're looking at 23.75. We're going to be subtracting 6.45. So that's going to be 0. This is going to be a 3. We have to borrow. So that's a 1, and that's now a 13. And this is going to be a 7 and then a 1. So we're looking at 17.3. So let me just rewrite it. This is 17.3. And then let me carry out the division of the 5s. So we're looking at the values of z is equal to 17.3 divided by 5. And let me go over the possible ways to express the solution. One way is as a fraction. So if we express it as a fraction, we have to remove the decimal. So multiply by 10 and by 10. And this is going to give us a 173 divided by 50. So this is one way to express the solution. Both of those don't reduce further, so that would be one way. It's possible that they want a decimal approximation. So let me carry out the division. So 175, and we're going to divide that by 50. So we're looking at 3. So since 5 times 3 is 15, so 3 times 0 is equal to 0. 5 times 3 is equal to 15. We carry the subtraction. That's going to give us a 5. That's going to be a 2 and a 0. And then we're going to go into the decimals. So we're looking at, so give me just a second. Oh, I do have a typo. It's 173. So let me rewrite it. This is 173, which will make that a 1A3 here. And this is going to be a 3. And let me carry out the multiplication again. 3 times 0 is equal to 0, and 15 in the subtraction, that's going to be a 3 and a 2, and then the decimal adding a 0, and then we're looking at possibly 4. So 0, 5 times 4 is equal to 20, and the subtraction, this is going to be a 0, that's going to be a 3. And then we're looking at a 6. So 6 times 0 is 0. Oops, I forgot to add it. And 6 times 5 is equal to 30 with a remainder of 0. So this is our remainder. So another way to express this answer, I'll just write it as comma. It's going to be that z is equal to 3.46. And I went ahead and technically divided out because technically your answers are given as 2 decimal places. So most likely that if we were to use software, it wouldn't want this solution. It may want the decimal one. So that's actually it for problem 6. Let's move on into problem 7. And problem 7 is a little bit messy. So let me start by taking a look at the equal sign, and then we're going to be distributing out any constants outside of the parentheses on both sides of the equation. And careful with all your steps. We're looking at this is 5 plus 18s minus the values of 30. This is equal to negative 3 plus 16s minus 3. Actually, minus 2. And let me check the multiplications. 18s minus 30, 16s minus 2. Okay, so let's combine all the like terms on both sides. So on the left-hand side, we just have two constants to worry about. So we're looking at 18s minus the values of 25 is equal to, and then on the right-hand side, we just have another two constants, negative 3 and negative 2. The addition of those two is going to be negative 5. So this will be 16s minus 5. And let me put the actual variables in one side. Let's put them on the left. So subtract 16s and subtract 16s. This will give us a total of 2s. Minus 25 is equal to negative 5. And then let's add the 25. So we're looking at the values of 2s is equal to 20. And we're technically done. At this point, you're just dividing by 2, and we're looking at the values of s is equal to 10 on this one. Okay, a little bit messy to begin with, especially because we had expressions on both sides and we needed to distribute those values. Please keep in mind that as you're rearranging values of the equation, whatever you do to one side, it has to be done to the other side. Such as here, when we subtracted the 16s, you have to do it to both sides. That's it for problem 7. Let's move on to problem 8. And in problem 8, we could multiply by the LCD, but I see an integer occurring when we subtract 1/4 from both sides. But so let's actually put the constants in one side first. So let me add the 3 and the 3, and this is going to give us, well, 5/4 of c is equal to 1/4 c minus 13, and then we're going to be subtracting 1/4 c, So after we carry out the subtraction, and let me rewrite it so that it's clear, you're looking at 5/4 c minus 1/4 c is equal to negative 13. Well, 5 minus 1 is equal to 4. So you're looking at 4/4c is equal to negative 13. And on the good news, the actual variable is completely isolated. The 4's cancel and you end up with c is equal to negative 13. That's actually it for this one. I'll put the other problems on another video.